Once upon a time, in a cozy little house nestled near a vibrant jungle, lived a kind family who loved their home. They enjoyed the lush greenery, the colorful plants, and the delightful animals that called this jungle their home. In this lovely story, two special animals play an important role: a clever monkey and a colorful toucan bird. Over time, this friendly family noticed these two unique creatures and developed a deep fascination with their behaviors. The family consisted of a loving mommy, a caring daddy, and two curious children, a young boy and an even younger girl. They often gathered on their balcony, watching the monkey and the bird with genuine interest. One early morning, as the sunshine rose, the colorful toucan bird visited their banana tree. Its purpose was to feast on the insects that threatened the tree's health and to savor the delicious insects that dwelled there. The family rejoiced in having their banana tree kept healthy by this beautiful bird and considered it a dear friend. The bird was wise, always arriving early before the mischievous monkey woke up. The monkey was wary and cautious. He kept a close eye on his special banana tree. He knew the bird's habits and preferred to wait until the bird had had its fill and gracefully departed. Around 10:30 a.m., when the sun was high and the bananas were at their ripest, the same monkey would make its daily appearance. With an air of curiosity and caution, it would pick a few ripe bananas, sit on a sturdy branch, and cast a watchful eye on the human family. The humans, naturally drawn to animals and the wonders of nature, tried to engage with the monkey. However, the monkey, while curious, valued caution more and hesitated to change its routine. It had found a reliable source of food and had what he needed. One early sunny morning, while the children slept and the mommy and daddy enjoyed their banana and honey porridge on the balcony, Daddy exclaimed, "Look, there's our lovely toucan birdie again. It's keeping our banana tree healthy and happy." But in a sudden burst of mischief, the monkey sneaked up behind them, frightening the toucan birdie away. The monkey didn't understand the situation, thinking that the bird was after its precious bananas. Starving that day, it had awoken earlier than usual to find food. The monkey noticed that only green bananas remained, so it had to wait for them to ripen, which made it extra hungry. Understanding the monkey's plead, Mommy and Daddy decided to offer it some bananas from the balcony. The monkey noticed their gesture, but still hesitated to trust the humans. It went back into the jungle in search of alternative food sources. Later that day, as evening painted the sky with hues of orange and pink, the toucan birdie returned. The family gathered for dinner, happy to see their feathered friend once more. But then the monkey returned and chased the birdie away. The children exclaimed, "Oh no, bad monkey!" But Daddy, ever understanding, reassured them, "It's okay. The monkey is just very hungry today. He couldn't find much to eat in the jungle, so he's waiting for our bananas to ripen." The little boy asked, "But what about the birdie, Daddy? You told us he eats the insects from the tree, and that keeps the tree healthy." Daddy nodded and explained, "Yes, my boy, that's true. I hope they don't both get hungry." With empathy and kindness in their hearts, Mommy and Daddy decided to offer the monkey with a fresh bunch of bananas. As the hungry monkey began to approach, the toucan birdie returned to its favorite tree branch. Hopeful that trust could be established, the parents held out the bananas. The monkey, torn between fear and hunger, took a few cautious steps forward, but just as it was about to accept their offering, it turned and chased the birdie away again. Disheartened, Mommy said, "Oh, so close. He was beginning to trust us." Daddy added, "It's a shame he doesn't trust the birdie. If it weren't for the birdie, the monkey might not have this banana tree at all. The insects might have eaten them all." The sweet little girl pondered. If only they could be friends. Daddy hatched a plan. "It's okay. I'll leave some ripe bananas near the tree for the monkey, and I'll put some delicious birdie seeds on the balcony so they can both eat tomorrow after their sleep." The following morning, after Daddy and Mommy had their porridge, they checked the seeds and bananas on the balcony. To their surprise, neither the monkey nor the birdie had touched them. They enjoyed watching the toucan birdie fly by, nibble some seeds, and then glance at the banana tree. It saw that the tree was teeming with more insects than ever, its favorite food. The birdie tilted its head, then flew over to the tree. Daddy remarked, "Oh, he just loves those insects from the tree. I hope our monkey friend is okay." Mommy, too, expressed her concern. "I hope so too, dear." A few minutes later, the monkey arrived at the tree, ready to chase the toucan birdie away once more. But something was different this time. The monkey glanced at the humans. It was becoming curious about these kind people. Mommy, holding a bundle of ripe bananas from the balcony, called out, "Here you go, little monkey." She gently placed the bananas in front of the monkey and took a few steps back, allowing it to approach at its own pace. The monkey, looked back and forth between the humans and the bananas, showed signs of curiosity and trust. With a careful yet hopeful look, it ran over, grabbed the bananas, and leaped back into the jungle. Swinging from tree to tree, it settled on its favorite banana tree branch, devouring the sweet ripe bananas. It was the best meal it had had in days, and it couldn't help but wonder why these people had been so kind. Back at the balcony, the family watched with smiles as the monkey enjoyed its food. The monkey was very happy and grateful. He looked back at the balcony, wondering why the people had done this. The toucan birdie returned to the banana tree, finding it filled with more insects than ever. The monkey noticed the birdie, but he had learned that the bananas from its own tree had lots of insects, and he didn't like them anymore. He just wanted them without insects, and ripe and sweet. Days passed, and the monkey, now a happy and well-fed one, eagerly awaited the family's presence each morning. It was no longer wary of the humans, but instead it saw them as friends. It also realized that his special banana tree was getting healthy, and there was a lot less insects. He then realized that the birdie was eating the insects, and that he needed the birdie, and it was his own fault for chasing him away. He felt very silly for not realizing. Because he was hungry, he was so protective. He made things worse for himself. One sunny morning, the family was gathered on the balcony, eating their porridge. The monkey exchanged whoos and ha's with the daddy, showing trust and friendship. The toucan birdie swooped by, landing gracefully near the mommy. It watched the family enjoy their breakfast, tilting his head and showing off its beauty, observing the people's kindness and calmness. the birdie noticed a bowl of seeds left out for it, and feeling grateful, decided to return the favor. It flew to the tree, gathered insects, and deposited them in the bowl with a flutter of its colorful wings. The young girl wrinkled her nose and said, "Ew!" Mommy chuckled and replied, "Thank you, kind little bird, but we don't like to eat insects." The children realized that both the monkey and the birdie were expressing their gratitude by sharing their food with the family. They also learned that the two creatures had become friends. The monkey often stood guard, ensuring that no other animals bothered its feathered companion. In return, the birdie felt safe around the humans, knowing that the monkey protected it. Together, they made the jungle a better place. The humans didn't need to put out food anymore. The friendship between the monkey and the birdie ensured they always had what they needed. Trust and cooperation had become the key of their safety and nourishment. The family lived in peace and contentment, knowing that they could always count on each other. Lessons of friendship, kindness, and cooperation were shared and learned from the jungle's most unexpected teachers, the monkey and the toucan bird. Weeks later, the family decided to take a holiday by the seaside, leaving their jungle home in the care of their kind uncle. They relished in the joys of the beach, where Daddy and Uncle fetched coconuts to make fresh milk for breakfast, and the children built grand sandcastles. But with all the fun and excitement, the boy and girl couldn't help but think of their friends back home, the monkey and the birdie. "Daddy," the boy asked, "are our friends, the monkey and the birdie, okay?" Daddy smiled warmly and replied, "They should be fine. We'll go check on them when we return. But for now, let's enjoy our holiday by the seaside." Their uncle, overhearing the talk, said, "Kids, you too can learn from your friends in the jungle. Just like them, we should trust and help each other." The children smiled, feeling grateful for the lessons they had learned from their animal friends. As they drifted off to sleep by the seaside, calmed by the sound of the waves, the smell of the sand, and the gentle moonlight, the family embraced the power of kindness, trust, and friendship. "Good night, my lovelies," Mommy whispered. The children smiled, yawned, and filled with joy, they peacefully fell asleep, their hearts filled with the enduring wisdom of their amazing jungle friends. In a place not far, there is a beautiful meadow. Nestled between two green hills, there lived a young bee named Buzzy. Buzzy the bee was no ordinary bee. He was curious, kind-hearted, and full of wonder about the world around him. Buzzy the bee lived in a bustling beehive with his family and friends. Every day they worked hard collecting nectar and pollen to make delicious honey. But Buzzy the bee was different from the others. While the other bees were focused solely on their task, Buzzy the bee couldn't help but stop and admire the colorful flowers, listen to the melodious songs of birds, and chat with the ladybugs and butterflies. One sunny morning, Buzzy the bee overheard a troubling conversation among the older bees. They spoke about how some of the flowers in the meadow were wilting and the birds were singing less joyfully. It seemed that the meadow was losing its vibrancy. Determined to help, Buzzy the bee decided to explore the meadow in search of answers. He met a wise old beetle named Sunny, who explained the importance of pollination, the magical way bees like Buzzy, the bees spread pollen from flower to flower, helping them grow and produce seeds. Buzzy the bee realized that his kind had a crucial role in keeping the meadow alive and thriving. With newfound purpose, he returned to the hive and shared his discoveries with the other bees. Together, they worked tirelessly to pollinate every flower in the meadow. As the days passed, the meadow transformed. The flowers stood tall, their colors brighter than ever, and the birds sang melodies that filled the air with joy. The entire meadow buzzed with life, thanks to the efforts of Buzzy the bee and his fellow bees. One day, as Buzzy the bee rested on a sunflower, he saw a group of children playing in the meadow. They marveled at the vibrant flowers and breathed in the sweet scent of the blossoms. The children's laughter warmed Buzzy the bee's heart. Knowing that they were enjoying the beauty of the meadow he and his fellow bees had helped revive. From that day on, Buzzy the bee and his bee friends continued to care for the meadow, and the children visited often to appreciate its beauty. Buzzy the bee had not only learned the importance of bees, but also the significance of respecting and preserving the natural world. And so the meadow thrived, and the bond between bees like Buzzy the bee, flowers, and all living things grew stronger, reminding everyone that every little creature like Buzzy the bee plays a vital role in the circle of life. Now, just like Buzzy the bee, you too have an essential role in the world. Your kindness, curiosity, and wonder make a difference every day, even if you don't always see it. As you close your eyes and drift into sleep, remember that you are important and your dreams can bring beauty to the world. Buzzy the bee is snuggling in his hive, looking forward to another purpose-filled day in the meadow, helping the plants and environment thrive. Good night and sleep peacefully, knowing that you are a part of something wonderful. In a beautiful home on top of a great cliff by a vast seaside, there lived a lovely family who adored their beach house. The family was comprised of a caring mommy, a curious daddy, and their wonderful children, Shelley and Finn. Every day they would gather around, sitting on the porch, and talk about the sea, its tides, the fantastic creatures that called it home, and the many visitors it received. They engaged in animated conversations with the crabs that scuttled along the shore and collected starfish and seashells in various shapes, sizes, and colors. Their fondest memories included moments of awe when dolphins appeared on the other side of the great cliff, demonstrating their grace, beauty, and playful antics while laughing and singing to them. One beautiful evening, Shelley and Finn eagerly came to their parents with puzzled expressions on their faces. "Mommy, Daddy," Shelley asked, "why haven't we seen our friendly dolphins in a while?" Daddy smiled warmly and replied, "Well, children, let's take a look at the sky. Do you see the full moon shining up there?" Shelley and Finn nodded, their eyes wide with curiosity. "That's why, my dears. You see, the moon, it plays a magical role in our ocean. Its gravity pulls the water, creating the tides that make the sea go in and out. Mommy chimed in, and you know what? The moon not only controls the tides, but also influences the winds, making the ocean an ever-changing wonder. Excitement danced in Shelley's eyes as she looked out to the sea. But Daddy, look, the sea has gone back so much today. It's left so many different seashells and loads of starfish. Why does it do that? Daddy chuckled. That, my dear, is called a low tide. When it happens, the sea retreats, revealing all sorts of treasures and secrets. It's like a gift from the sea. When the tide is low, you can see more of its hidden wonders. Finn's face lit up with understanding, and he asked, and when the tide comes back in, does it take the treasures away? Mommy nodded. Exactly, Finn. When the high tide returns, it covers the shore again, but don't worry, it brings new gifts every time. The family spent the day exploring the wonders of the beach, collecting seashells and marveling at the starfish, all the while understanding the rhythm of the sea, the moon, and the tides. As the sun began to set, casting hues of orange and pink across the sky, Shelley and Finn felt grateful to have learned something new and exciting. They listened to the soothing lullaby of the waves and, with hearts full of wonder, knew that the magic of the sea was always there, ready to share its secrets whenever they returned. Underneath the starry sky, the children were tucked into bed with smiles on their faces, feeling the gentle sway of the sea's rhythm in their dreams. Their parents whispered, "Good night, my dear ones. May you always be filled with curiosity and wonder for the treasures the world holds. Sleep well and dream of many more adventures by the seaside."